Hey, it's Brittany with Find Your Fierce Coaching. I have not been doing lives in a long time, so I'm not sure if anyone will even hop on, but I know I've been out of the game for a little bit. I had some serious depression and a migraine, and I kind of just stepped away from my business for a little bit, and so that's kind of where this whole, like, the lies we tell ourselves idea is coming, because I feel like I've been lying to myself. I'm sure you've been lying to yourself. It's easy to do. You know, you come up with things to say to make yourself feel better about things you've done, situations that happened, different things that have happened in your life. Sometimes just you're feeling bad, and so you kind of lie to make yourself feel better. So I apologize about this weird lighting. I'm in my office and it's the natural light. But anyway, so we lie to ourselves to make ourselves feel better, but it's not really helping. And one of the lies that I feel like I've been telling myself for a long time, and it really kind of rocked my world if you saw my post on Facebook earlier today, is that you always have to have a backup plan. There's always a need for a backup plan, right? Like, well, I can make this Beachbody thing work for me, but if not, I can just always go back to having a full-time job. Or, if I'm trying to think of some other examples, that's really the one that was rocking me today, is that I realized that I'm not even doing the best I can with my health and fitness coaching because there's always a backup plan. I was coming up with a backup plan when I started coming home from work to be a virtual assistant in case, this whole coaching thing didn't become as lucrative as I wanted, as quickly as I wanted. And so I always had a backup plan. You think about those people that they, maybe are in a long-term relationship, and next thing you know, you turn around and they already have another significant other because they had a backup plan. Okay? So they had to have a plan in place that they could put into play if the original plan didn't go through. And I think we're all really bad about this. I mean, if you think about things in your life, like, oh, but if this job doesn't work out, I have others, lined up. I'm working with a temp agency, or if if such and such doesn't happen, that's okay because I also have this plan in place. And it sounds like it's a good idea to always, have options. But unfortunately, what ends up happening is we sell ourselves short on what we're doing right now because we have a backup plan. We are shooting for the moon, and it's okay, right, if we fall in the stars, but we're not actually shooting for the moon. We're like, well, yeah, but the stars are great too. So we're shooting ourselves in the foot before we even get started because we have a backup plan. There's always a way to still make money, to still have a relationship, to still be happy, to whatever is missing in your life, to say what's on your mind. And we tell ourselves that it's okay because we have a backup plan. But the problem is that we're just never fully invested in anything because there's always something we can fall back on. But it's amazing to me that when you start removing the backup plan and start putting yourself, jumping in both feet first, believing in yourself, believing in the choices that you make, your backup plan, you don't even need them. Like, you don't need a backup boyfriend or a backup job or backup friends. Like, you just need to give your all to what you're doing now and stop lying to yourself that you need a backup plan, because you don't. Like, you absolutely do not need to have a plan B all of the time. There are definitely situations where you do need plan B. But when we live in a world where we're always expecting to need that plan B so we don't ever actually put plan A into fruition, dang, we are selling ourselves short. What's the point in even doing plan A if you're not going to actually try? Just start with plan B. Because we're lying to ourselves saying, oh, this is just in case. But realistically, that plan B is holding us back from being the best that you can in plan A. And that's just the reality of it, and it sucks. And when somebody said this to me today, not particularly to me, my friend Curtis was talking in a group we're in about, not really fully investing in yourself and having a back door. I was like, damn, that's me, back door. Like, I'm the queen of the back door. I always have something in motion. I always have something going. Always have, 3 or 4 backup plans. But then I'm realizing, but plan A is not, I'm not ever giving 100% to plan A. As soon as I stop having backup plans, dang, plan A becomes really important. It becomes, okay, so I'm going to probably date myself a little bit, but I walk around my house all the time. If Travis or Ashley are on here, they're going to laugh. Singing Eminem, and I can't really rap, so Travis says I like white girl it up, singing Eminem's music, and he has a line that says that he doesn't have any room for failure. This is his one shot. He has to give it all he has, because failure means going back to the place that he grew up in and not having anything and not being able to provide for his kids. He didn't have a backup plan. Like, his plan was to make it. His plan was to be a famous rapper who made lots of money so he could provide for his daughter and his wife or his baby mama and all that. Like, that was his plan. That's it. And it's amazing that he has so much success, but he never had what was going to happen if he failed. Like, he knew, go back home, back to working these dead end, minimum wage jobs, but it was never in the forefront. He was there to make himself, to be something. And I think that I have been selling myself short, and I'm sure if you kind of look inward, you'd see some areas that you've been selling yourself short with your backup plan, knowing that there's just something else out there that, you can fall back on if what you're doing right now isn't working. And I encourage you to look at the situations in your life and figure out what needs a backup plan and what doesn't. Like, if daycare's closed and you have to go to work, so you have to have daycare, having a backup daycare is not a bad idea, okay? It's probably a great idea. But if you are wanting to be a successful entrepreneur, but you keep your feet, 1 foot in and 1 foot in some other, full-time job, or the ability to get a full-time job, you're selling your entrepreneurial spirit short. And I encourage you, like I said, just look inside and see where are you selling yourself short because you have a backup plan. Because lying to yourself saying you need a backup plan is only hindering you from plan A. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. I appreciate everybody who's watching this video. If you are watching this on Facebook, I will have a blog post up for this tomorrow. Feel free to share the video or the blog post with anybody that you think needs to see it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.